We've all seen the headlines. GPT-4 codes its own video game. GPT-4 masters the SAT, the GRE, and the LSAT. GPT will eventually replace humans in many jobs. Let's take a moment to demystify this technology a little bit. Most of us have only the company spec sheet and the performance of existing products to go by, but it's no exaggeration to predict that GPT-4 will revolutionize artificial intelligence. In this video, we at The Compiled Life will break down GPT in terms everybody can understand. The bottom line is this. GPT-4 is a computer application designed to take some type of input from a human user, like a question, image, or command, and respond with text that is so accurate in content and tone that it could be indistinguishable from a human's response. It's as if you're having a conversation with a human. Let's go a touch deeper, but don't worry, we'll keep it simple. Occasionally, I'll connect the simple concepts you'll learn here with the technical or industry jargon you hear thrown around everywhere in the news. So let's get into it. Does GPT-4 actually stand for something? Yes, it does. Generative Pre-trained Transformer. But you don't have to understand these terms to understand GPT. Earlier versions include GPT-2 and GPT-3. Each subsequent generation has improved on GPT's capability and speed. Where does GPT-4 fit into the greater artificial intelligence and machine learning world? No, the term GPT is not interchangeable with artificial intelligence or AI. It's not a synonym for AI the way some people are using it. GPT-4 is one example or implementation of AI. One product that is made by one company, OpenAI. However, it's probably the most advanced and state-of-the-art of its kind. Understand that Google, Meta, and others would probably contest this, as they are working on their own versions. But what is GPT-4 really? Sure, GPT-4 is a product that allows humans and computers to interact conversationally. But at its core, GPT-4 is defined by the technology under the hood. Like any computer program, GPT-4 is a collection of step-by-step procedures that instruct a computer on how to accomplish particular tasks. This is called an algorithm, and in the case of GPT-4, its algorithm is designed to understand and use or model human language. That's why GPT is constantly referred to as a large language model. It's a lot of advanced mathematics, like statistics and calculus. GPT-4's language model was instructed on, or trained, on vast amounts of information. This is the large corpus of data you always hear about, corpus being the Latin for body. Some of this data is publicly available, like website data from the broader internet. And some of it is proprietary, like for-sale databases offered by other companies who've taken the time and resources to collect large volumes of very specific types of data, such as data on consumer spending behavior or grammatical patterns of a foreign language. Some of this training was accomplished by feeding GPT data and allowing it to independently identify patterns in the data with little or no human involvement. This is the pre-training part of the name. In other instances, GPT was given data that was labeled or tagged by humans in order to teach the algorithm how to perform a task, like predict or classify. So what does all this elaborate computation produce? What's the result? Basically, GPT-4 predicts the next word in a sequence of words, and the sequence of words began with the text you entered into the prompt. So you can more accurately think of GPT-4's answer as an extension of the text you entered. GPT-4's algorithm extends the prompt by predicting each subsequent word, building a response one word at a time. This is the generative portion of the name. GPT-4 is generating an extension of your prompt, word by word, based on its understanding of the text you entered and what it knows of the world from its training. So why is GPT-4 so special? First, its architecture. GPT-4's superpowers are made possible through the use of what's called transformers. Yes, the transformer part of the name. Explaining the function of transformers is way beyond the scope of this video. Suffice it to say that transformers weren't born with GPT. Understand that transformers belong to a special family of machine learning architecture called an artificial neural network, which are in part inspired by human brain biology. Neural nets are well suited to tasks involving sequence data, like language. Second, GPT-4 is remarkable for the number of factors it takes into consideration when doing all of its calculations. We call these factors model parameters. Generally, the more parameters employed in a model, the stronger and more capable it is. Finally, GPT-4 builds on the tremendous success of its predecessor, GPT-3, by surpassing many of its benchmarks. Textual user inputs and GPT-4 responses can be considerably longer. Image analysis is supported. GPT-3 was trained on what can be crudely generalized as the internet up to 2021. With this fourth release, GPT's knowledge base has been brought up to contemporary times. Now, before you start thinking that GPT-4 is nothing but amazing, realize that it has limitations, lots of them. And not just the limitations and features imposed by the developer on most of us casual users and researchers. I'm talking about things like bias and hallucinations. But I'll expand on these limitations in the next video. Thanks a lot for watching. Go ahead and post your questions, comments, and corrections below, and let us know what you want to learn next. We'd love to hear from you. Take care.